Definitely, Naledi. We have moved to Universitas Hospital, where the action is quite similar to where we are from in the National District Hospital. We know that the demands of the Nehawu, of course, members are 10% and saying that they won't budge with 3% and say they won't be on the table with the management if it's something outside 10%. I just want to bring now the Nehawu organizer in the Free State, Jabu. Thank you so much for your time. Let's touch on the issue of the court interdict. We know that there was a court interdict, and where does that leave you as you are continuing with your protected strike?
Look, I must indicate firstly that there are two interdicts. There was an interdict that was issued on a Saturday. That interdict was appealed. And there was also an interdict on a Monday. That appeal as well, that judgment as well was appealed. Now I must indicate that insofar as we've been informed, is that a lower court can make a judgment. But if the judgment has been appealed, the judgment stays suspended. Similarly, the judgment of Monday, it remains suspended on the basis that as Nehawu, we have appealed to that decision. Therefore, it means our strike is still a protected strike.
And I heard that you saying you will continue until your demands are met. Is that even possible?
Look, we must indicate that at issue, the posture of Nehawu in this instance is that we would continue to strike up until such time our demands are met. Well, it depends on the employer to open up negotiations, because you'd recall that, for an example, the 2022-2023 financial year, the employer has deliberately unilaterally imposed the 3% on our members without any negotiations. Now we are saying that firstly, there must be negotiations, but these negotiations must be qualitative in terms of yielding results for purposes of resolving the dispute. And that is why we are saying we would only be able to return back to work when our demands are met.
Let's talk about the Free State challenges. We know the issue of load shedding has compounded the already problems that are, of course, experienced by your nurses, the staff management. Have you been in talks with government, given that you are going to the new financial year?
The issue of staff shortage, it's a problem of service delivery. What they seem to saying and linking it to the strike that we are disturbing the service delivery, when necessarily Department of Health in the Free State has failed decimally to deliver service to members. In particular, how do you deliver service to the communities with the staff with such a chronic staff shortage? And we've been knocking on the doors and say, increase employ more nurses, employ more doctors, employ more cleaners, because the hospital must be clean, and it must be clean so that it becomes healthy. That is what we have been saying. But that has not been happening. But adding to that, you recall that Resolution 6 of 2010, part of it says that the employer must fill in the funded vacant post. But up to date, I'm saying Resolution 10 of 2006, up until today, the state has not done anything to that effect, including at the recent Public Service Summit. They've not done anything. So there's, for an example, you need National Hospital, where you are from, as you indicated, is dilapidated. There's no work done there. There's nothing happening there. Recently, demoralization of the morale of staff members. Recently, there was a strike in Aphumelele. You know what the strike is about? It was about non-payment of overtime, non-payment of allowances. Members have been knocking on the door of the employer trying to resolve those disputes, but to no avail. Now they were left with no option, like we are left with no option today to go out and call on our members, calling on us to say, let us strike in order to ensure that at least we get the 10% we want.
Well, that is the Nehawu organizer in the province saying that they will continue with their indefinite strike, saying that they want the 10% to, of course, be the one that comes on the table and won't be budging with the 3%. Amongst other issues that we know in the Free State is the challenges or shortages of staff in some big hospitals. He just mentioned now that in Aphumelele not long ago there was, of course, a protest or a strike related to overtime payments, and shortage of staff remains, of course, the hiccup to the progress in the healthcare facilities in the province. This is the situation now here at Universitas. We also understand that there's a medical depot that has been closed down. The operations there have been grounded to a halt. As a result, there wouldn't be any medication that would be transported to various hospitals in the province. It's back to you.